Hello friends, so today we are going to discuss the method of calculating the refractive index of liquid which by using Newton rings method. So talking about the calculation or the method of determining the refractive index of the liquid which can be inserted between the gap of plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate, and we are going to calculate that refractive index with the help of method, obviously, that is Newton rings method. Now if we are aware of the Newton's rings arrangement, that is Newton rings method arrangement, we have plano-convex lens with in contact with the plain glass plate, and the gap between the plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate will be filled with a liquid, and the liquid will have a certain refractive index. And to get that refractive index of the liquid which is inserted between the gap present over here, that is between the plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate, we have to determine or we have to make use of a certain method. Now we have considered a transparent liquid whose refractive index is to be determined, and it is placed between the convex lens and the plain glass plate. Now we have to keep in mind that if the liquid is suppose rarer than the glass which we are making use of, in that case we are going to have the phase change of pi if the reflection is occurring from the lower surface of the liquid, that is from the bottom surface of the liquid. But if the liquid is denser than the glass, that is the liquid at which we are finding the refractive index, if it is denser than the glass which is being used, we obtain a phase change of pi, but the changes is that it is having the reflection from the upper surface of the liquid film. So that means if we have a liquid film, that liquid film will have an upper surface and the lower surface. So if the liquid is rarer than glass and it is going to undergo the phase change of pi if the reflection occurs from the lower surface, but if the liquid is denser than glass and we are going to show or get the phase change of pi, but the reflection is going to occur from the upper surface of the liquid film present between the plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate. Secondly, whenever we talk about the film which is being formed between the two arrangement, that is the liquid film present in between them, we are getting two reflected rays, that is one from the top surface of the liquid film and the one is obtained from the bottom surface. So we get two reflected rays, that is 1 and 2. So the reflected lights which are obtained, that is from the lower surface and the upper surface, are allowed to interfere with each other, and obviously the light which is getting reflected from the lower surface of the liquid film and the upper one will have a certain path difference, and the path difference between the two interfering rays which are in the reflected system is nothing but lambda by 2. As we are already aware that we have done the calculation for the path difference using the Newton rings method, which was given as 2 mu t cos r plus theta, but we are getting additional path difference, that is of lambda by 2, between the two interfering rays. So the total path difference is going to be 2 mu t cos r plus theta plus lambda by 2. So this gives the effective path difference between the two interfering rays of the reflected system. And suppose if I consider that the rays which are present in this case, that is the rays which are getting reflected from the glass plate G, has normal incidence. So if they have normal incidence, there will be no refraction, so the angle of refraction will be 0. And we are aware that the plano-convex lens which is being used has a larger radius of curvature, that is why theta is taken to be 0. So if we apply these two conditions in the above equation, that is r is 0 and theta is 0, so we are going to get cos 0, whereas cos 0 will give me the value as, that is 2 mu t, as r is 0, theta is 0, so cos 0 is 1. So 2 mu t plus lambda by 2. So this is the effective path difference between the two interfering rays in the reflected system. Now, if you want to make use of this path difference in the dark ring of rings and the bright rings, so suppose if I talk about only the dark rings, that is the nth dark ring and n plus pth dark ring. So as we are aware that the path difference is given by 2 mu t plus lambda by 2, and we are aware that the path difference is given by the value, that is, for dark ring it is given as 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. So this is the effective path difference between the two interfering rays in the refracted system, and this is the path difference which should be satisfied for obtaining the dark rings. Now, as we are aware that this 2t has has rho square by r, and instead of that rho square we can even write it as d square by 4r. So if we make use of all the equations, that is, if I put this value of 2t in this case, we are going to get, instead of 2t, I'm writing it as rho square by r, and I have extra term mu in the numerator plus lambda by 2, and that is equal to the path difference, that is the condition for the dark ring. This is nothing but 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. So this is the condition which we are talking about. Now if we solve this equation, we can write this rho as this term. So we can get this as mu d square by 4r, and if lambda by 2 is taken on that side, we are going to get the term as n lambda. So the only term which is pending is n lambda. So we are getting an equation mu d square by 4r is equal to n lambda. As we are talking about the nth dark ring, so we can write it has dn square. So in this case, we can talk about the term as, so when we are writing the 2t value has rho square by r, we can write it as d square by 4r. Secondly, in this case, we are going to substitute the value in the above equation, as this is the condition for the effective path difference and this is the condition for obtaining the dark rings. So we can equate the terms of both the path difference with each other. 2 mu t plus lambda by 2 is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. This is the condition that the path difference should be equal to odd multiple of lambda by 2. As we can see that 2t has this value, I can put that value directly over here and we can get mu d square by 4r. Instead of 2t, we are writing d square by 4r plus lambda by 2 is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. Now, if we do the calculation, we are going, that is lambda by 2 taken on that side, we are going to get mu d square by 4r, and on the RHS, we are going to get only the term that is n lambda. As we are talking about the nth dark ring, so we have to write the diameter of the nth dark ring, that is dn square, and if we take all the terms on the other side, we are going to get 4rn lambda divided by mu. So this is giving me the diameter of nth dark ring, where r is indicating the radius of curvature of the lens, n indicates the order, lambda indicates the wavelength, and mu indicates the refractive index of the liquid film. Now, suppose if we consider one more dark ring, that is n plus pth dark ring, in that case, the way we have calculated the diameter of nth ring, in a similar manner, we can write the diameter of n plus p. Just we have to make the replacement. Instead of n, we have to write n plus p. So we are going to get the equation as d n plus p, that is for diameter of the n plus pth dark ring, is equal to 4 times r. Instead of n, we have to again write n plus p lambda by mu. So that's the equation for diameter of n plus pth dark ring. Now, if I write this equation as 1 and this equation has 2, now taking the difference between the two equations, we are going to get, that is, subtracting equation 1 by 2, we are going to get 2 minus 1, that is, on the LHS, I am to get that dn plus 1 square minus dn square is equal to, on the RHS I'm going to have 4n lambda by mu plus we are going to have 4rp lambda by mu. This is of this part, this is getting divided into two parts, minus of this one term, that is minus 4rn lambda by mu. So we are getting two same terms, so we can cancel them and we can get the term as dn plus p square minus dn square is equal to 4r lambda p by mu. So this gives me the difference between the diameter of n plus pth dark ring and the diameter of nth dark ring, and as this is related to the four terms, that is radius of curvature of lens, lambda, that is wavelength of the monochromatic light, and p is indicating the order and mu indicates the refractive index of the liquid film which is being used. So from this case we can obviously shuffle the equations and we can write the equations accordingly. So we can shuffle the equations accordingly, that is the terms in this. So taking mu on this side and dn plus the subtraction term on this side, we are going to get mu on the LHS and the remaining term, that is 4r lambda p divided by the diameter of n plus pth dark ring minus the diameter of the nth dark ring. So this gives me the ratio of the values giving me the refractive index. As we have done this calculation for the liquid film, so this is the formula applicable for calculating the refractive index when we consider the liquid film of refractive index mu inserted between the gap of plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate. Now for example, suppose if we have air film instead of liquid film, we are aware that for air film we have mu value as 1. So instead of this case, the above equation will get modified as, that is the equation 3 will get modified as for air film, that is 4r lambda p divided by dn plus p the whole square minus dn square. This is for air, as this is equal to mu, but for air film mu is taken as 1. So this is the equation written for the air film instead of the liquid film, and for air film we are aware the mu is taken to be 1. So we are getting two equations over here, that is 3 and 4, which is giving me the refractive index if I consider the liquid film between the gap, and if I consider air film we are getting the fourth equation. Now using these two equations, if we divide the values and instead of suppose 4r lambda p, I am writing this value at the top, as we can obviously take this term on this side multiplied by 1, it is going to remain as it is. So this term will be equal to 4r lambda p, and from fourth equation we can put it in third equation and we can get the ultimate value of mu as the difference in diameter in air film divided by the difference in diameters of the ring in terms of liquid film, and obviously we can draw the diagram of or the graph of diameter of the different rings which we have considered, as we are aware we have considered two rings, that is the nth dark ring and the n plus pth dark ring. So accordingly we have written the diameters in the graph. Secondly, when we talk about the ring structure using air as a medium, then the diameter is taken to be dn square is equal to 4nr lambda. But instead of air, if we make use of liquid and except of air, then the refractive index of liquid comes into picture. So as we are writing the equation for air as a medium, it is 4nr lambda But if I take liquid which has a refractive index mu, then the equation gets modified as dn square, that is of liquid having refractive index mu, so the value will get divided by the mu. So this is the two equations which are important. The first one is applicable for air and the second one is applicable for any liquid having the refractive index of mu. So if I divide these two values with each other, we can again get the value of refractive index. That is, if I divide the diameter of nth ring in air by the diameter of nth ring in liquid, we can again obtain the refractive index of the liquid. So there are different formulas of obtaining refractive index of the liquid film which is inserted between the gap of plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate. So this is the method of getting that if we are aware of the diameters, we can calculate the refractive index of the liquid film. So whenever we are talking about the method of calculating or determining the refractive index of liquid film which is used instead of air in between the plano-convex lens and the plain glass plate, that is in the Newton ring arrangement. So this is the different methods or different formulas which are used for calculating the refractive index. That's all for this video. Thank you so much.